Hey, what's good? It's your boy OG Sai. I'm back here with another video regarding Black Desert Online, especially with the console version. This video will be telling you what Black Desert actually thinks about Black Desert console. I'm dummy. What PA thinks about Black Desert. And when I say PA, I don't mean protected area, I do mean Pearl Abyss. Now, the last video, I didn't really have that much energy, and I'm sorry about that. But I was trying to rush that and give it to y'all by September 3rd. So this one, we're just going to be going over a couple of stuff, and I'm going to actually play some of the shareholders' meetings and their words so you guys actually know what they're talking about and what they're referring to. A lot of people have heard this stuff about 5% this, 5% that, but if you actually do your research, we haven't always been 5%. It's actually deeper into that. If you look at this picture that's on the screen right now, I'm gonna actually have a couple pictures. As you can see, we weren't always 5%. At the moment, we are 4%, but actually, before we was 4%, we was actually in between 5 and 6, back and forth. We actually had a good 7%, 8, 9, 11, and so forth upwards. I think the highest percentage we ever been was in 2019, and that is the year that the game released for console. And actually, PlayStation actually got it around the end of 2019, so that's why we see a very huge spike. Now, coronavirus did hit, and when that hit, it looked like it started going down. But coronavirus has been done for a while. I mean, it might still be around, but for the most part, it isn't as big as it was when it first dropped. So for them to actually keep declining in numbers, that what does that have to say? They're not pleasing their audience. But at this point, we did hear something about PlayStation is on the back burner because we're only 5%. But as you see by these numbers, we weren't always 5%. They started, and if you watch the other video, I'm saying this very politely. If you are watching this video and you did not watch the other video, please pause it, write down in the comment section or on a notepad, or if you can remember it, then remember it. Go, stop at this moment, go and watch the other video so you can actually see all the numbers of content that we actually dropped. Well, not we, but that part of this dropped, and then come back to this one. And then you will see why the numbers are declining. They gave us less content, so when they gave us less content, the percentage of Black Desert Console also started dropping also. And that actually makes sense to me. I don't know if that makes sense to you, but we're going to just stop right here and we're actually going to play some of the clips only referring to console. Now, it might be some other bits and pieces in there also, but we really want to see what they think about console. And I'm only going to play about possibly the last one since it's most recent, but no guarantees because I might play a little older ones also.
To cover Q2 major business highlights and performance. Black Desert and Eve, thanks to our accumulated live service know-how, continued consistent performance, and tests for new services, including Black Desert China and Project Awakening, were carried out. Black Desert, celebrating 10 years of service, held a ball in Bagnac, France, a real city which appears in Heidel. Around 200 players gathered and enjoyed diverse events, and news about second half major updates, including for Land of Morning Light Seoul, was announced. In addition, at the ball, updates and episodes during the past 10 years were shared, and participants expressed high satisfaction and positive responses thanks to our close attention paid to even the smallest details of user feedback. Other than this, in Q2, Guildware Content's Siege War and Ancient Anvil was updated to offer a pleasant game-playing environment. In case of mobile, Askia class was launched, and new server Oasis was added, and we worked hard to provide a better game-playing environment and content. For EVE Online, a new expansion pack, Equinox, was launched, with a new narrative and stable performance continued. In particular, through this expansion pack, Sandbox experience was expanded, including new tools that enable you to make your own spaceships, which allowed you to more strengthen your user identity. In addition, EVE Vanguard showcased the second new map, Solstice, so that users can directly participate in the game before official launching, enabling them to experience major improvements and system changes. Apart from this, we thoroughly prepared for new services to expand our revenues. First of all, in case of Black Desert China, after the Chinese game license was issued in June, We recently carried out technology tests for smooth service. We also carried out the playtest for Project Awakening, a blockchain-based project, and we had the second soft launching based on the first soft launching feedback for our mobile strategy game, EVE Galaxy Conquest, and we are doing our utmost to prepare for its launching. Next, I will cover Q2 performance. Q2 operating revenue posted 81.8 billion won.
Now, before we get into the revenue, you guys heard that completely right, 100% right. They didn't even think of us console players. Like, I know the community of PC and console joke around saying we don't have rights, we don't matter. But as you can see, when they're talking about you know, this is the quarter 2 meeting, or not meeting, meeting, the quarter 2 meeting with their shareholders about majority of their games. Console came out before the mobile version of Black Desert. Yeah, mobile version is getting so much light shown upon them. Yeah, they didn't mention console at all. They didn't mention us at all on console. So yes, PC players are right. Even though it's a joke, we really do not matter. We do not have rights. So when we type our feedback in our own chat, and sometimes when it actually does reach 100, which is very rare in my opinion, but I don't look at the chat every day, our feedback doesn't matter at all because we're console players. We can't even have our own separate game because we're console players. Like, we do not matter at all. And that is what PA thinks of us. PA doesn't think we matter. They don't even mention us until their shareholders until it's talking about revenue, which they are going to talk about revenue. But I don't even want to continue ranting and complaining and crying about that because in the last video, I've said the only reason, and this is a very popular opinion, you could agree or disagree if you want to, but the only reason we got Land of the Morning Light 3 years late is because Throne and Liberty had a beta and nobody was playing Black Desert. And as you can see, the percentage went down. So did the player base. So many other people was playing the New World Ethereum beta also, if they could get a key. But Throne and Liberty, the same week Throne and Liberty beta happened as an open beta, that's when we got Land of the Morning Light on console. And that's the only reason we got Land of the Morning Light. I'm sorry to bust your bubble, but PA doesn't care about us. They didn't mention this in their shareholder meeting at all. This literally came out of nowhere. when they did the promo for it, they did it at the end of their summer thing. We got our summer closed towards the end of summer. Like, they don't care about console, bro. But we're gonna play the revenue part next.
I will now cover operating revenue in more detail. First, the operating revenue for major IPs. Black Desert IP operating revenue for this quarter posted 60 billion won, a 10.2% drop QoQ. EVE IP operating revenue posted 21.6 billion won, a 20% growth QoQ. In case of operating revenue for regions, domestic was 18%, Asia was 26%, and North America and Europe posted 56%. In case of operating revenue for platforms, 75% was for PC, 21% for mobile, and 4% for console.
Now, guys, when they talking about money and revenue, they mention us. But when they talk about what they got planned for us, they left us out. Now, see, a lot of you guys, let's break this down. Black Desert, they lost 10%. EVE Online, they got about a good 20%. So they're actually focusing into EVE and they're not really in the right. I'm not gonna say they're not focusing on Black Desert because obviously they have their full attention on Black Desert also, or at least a majority of their attention. They're just not going in the right directional path for Black Desert. Now, when you hear about the percentages for console, you have to think EVE Online is a PC only game. So Of course, Black Desert console is going to look like it's only 4%. It's only going to look like it's 14%, which was its peak. That isn't the case. When you look at Black Desert only, console is actually more than just 4%. It's actually more than just 4% when you look at Black Desert only. But since Eve Online isn't on console at all, that's why we have such a low percentage. And they use that against us console players. Oh, console is just 5%. You guys heard for the longest that console is just 5%, so we're on the back burner. Well, yeah, we're only 4 to 5 to 14% of the company because they got two games, one not even being on console, but you see 60 billion crow came from Black Desert. About 20 billion crow came from Eve Online. Look at the numbers. Add that together. There's about 80, right? About 80, estimated 80. 1/4 of that, you feel me? 1/4 of that is a non-console game. So that 4% out of 100%, we're not 4% of Black Desert. But yet they use that 4% against us, bro. They use that 5% against us for so long, and now we're actually 4%. And the reason why we're going down is because they haven't been giving us any content. And honestly, if I'm being fully honest with you guys, because I'm not a partner. I'm not a console content creator titled Prolabiz partner. I can actually say stuff that I want to say without giving a damn about breaking NDA because I don't know anything that goes on in their chats. But guys, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you guys. There's only one other content creator who's been keeping it real, and I'm not gonna name drop him because I don't want to get him in trouble. And even if I do name drop him, I don't know if it's gonna get him in trouble or not in trouble. But you see his content; he's actually breaking through the matrix right now, and he's telling you guys the real and giving his real honest opinion. Whereas these other content creators, one of them blocks everybody who doesn't agree with him. I'm not going to even mention his name. The one other content creators actually created content. She's very wonderful at it. And the other content creators, I don't even know what they do. I'm gonna just keep it a buck with you guys. I know other people who are content creators who numbers surpass some of the content creators. Non-partner content creators who are passive partner content creators in content in numbers and such much. But this is not what this is talking about. The fact is, if you want to find something real and authentic and not just made up narrative by a PA or a yes man, then come to this channel. Watch this video. Share this video around. Shit, the link is going to be in the description of these shareholder meetings because you guys don't even know about these meetings, and you guys should know about these meetings. Like, it's 7:50 right now, right? I don't have a no war because I don't have people who will actually be placed because we're fighting the same girls over and over and we're winning. The same with Sacred. Sacred's on fucking Calpheon uncapped. They're not getting contested. Our shit isn't getting contested. Everybody is forced to fight on Balanos. And there's barely any guilds on there. Like the other three top 5 siege guilds are running the Balanos, running those players off of PvP. Why? Because we're forced to do this. We're all forced to fight for the same fort every single night, like we're pigs running into a goddamn meat house blender, whatever you want to call the smokehouse. And it's because Prolabiz is always saying, we're just 4%. We're just 5%. We don't make them enough money. We're on the back burner. We're on the back burner because if you watch the last video and you watch this video, we're on the back burner because you guys have stopped giving us content. You have started spoon dripping, feeding us baby fibbing. You legit, like a bird, is taking the content, chewing it all up, and giving it to us in spits. You're not even giving us the full plate. You're giving us crumbs. Like, you've seen the highest percent is when we got the highest amount of content. When they started giving us the lowest amount of content, that's when we started giving them lowest percentage to their pockets. the less you give us Perlibus, the less we're going to give you. And we're not just 4% of Black Desert. We're 4% of your company, yes, but we're not 4% of Black Desert. We're actually so much more. I'm not that good with math, even though I aced it in school, but I'm not about to do math right now over a game that's dying, that's dead on console. Nobody even ran in here. Usually, back in the day, this room was full on console. So I know it had to be full on PC. And PC has more servers. But that's enough of me ranting about that. Because I could rant about that all day. You feel me? But we're actually going to go on and see what else they have to say. What do they think about us on console?
July and received positive responses from users. In particular, since Tosa class was designed to meet the Land of Morning Light concept, swordsmanship and Taoism is used by the character, showing the unique style of Chosun. In the case of Black Desert console, along with continuous content improvement, there was recent update of Mountain of Eternal Winter. In order to create a better quality and game playing environment for users, we are accelerating next generation device version development as well. In case of mobile, Tosa class was launched in July.
If let me not jump the gun. They said in case of like the only reason they say it in case is because one of the shareholders was like, "Yo, what the heck? Um, you're forgetting console." And then they looked at the one other guy, and it was like, "Oh, we do have console." And the other guy was like, "We do." But aside from that, in case of Black Desert console, we gave them Land of the Morning Light. It was only 3 years late. We're going to speed up the process on next gen port. Instead of giving them 5 seconds and just replaying it for 15, we're actually going to give them 10 seconds and just replay it for 30. Yeah, that's all. You know, we showed them trees and rocks. We're going to show them the water next time. We're actually going to like dash 3 times, probably have a berserker jump, have a shot dance or something. They're going to love it. They're going to love it. No, we're not going to love it. Actually, show us something. Don't even show us a showcase anymore. Because the fact that you guys said at the last ball that, that was a showcase for a showcase and that you're going to give us a showcase in the winter time and release it next year. Um, I can say this for the whole player base. I can't say a lot of things for the player base, but I can say this for the player base. We don't want to see a showcase anymore. You guys did not make us happy. We literally shut down the Prolibus Black Desert console. You guys had to mute it. You guys legit had to take away the perms from typing in there. But we burned the Reddit down. Like we literally was on a full. We wasn't even protesting. We literally was rioting. I was trying to find the word. We was literally rioting because we were so upset that you guys had that many hours and we only got 15 seconds. And 15 of those seconds was the same picture on replay in a loop. Yeah, and then no offense to CMGM, whoever, I forgot his name. But the one who said it, yeah, I think console's gonna be happy with this. No, that's how you know they don't give any type of great communication with us because we're not happy. We're still not happy about that. Throne and Liberty is coming around. New World Ethereum is coming around. And there's other games also that's already out. We're going to those games. Some of us may not like it. Me personally, I do like Throne and Liberty, and New World Ethereum was very fun. But I'm not trying to persuade anybody to go to those games. I'm saying a lot of players are leaving to go to those games, regardless if they like it or not, because they want to actually prove a point. Shit, the NCSoft CEO of NA already went there. Plus, not New World. Throne of Liberty is crossplay, so we can actually play with people who left console Black Desert and went to Black Desert PC. So a lot of our friends that we met along the way, searching for the One Piece, we're actually gonna regroup with them in Laughtel. You feel me? It sounds delusional. A lot of you guys probably don't know what I'm talking about, but it's an anime reference for One Piece. I love that show. I watch every single episode of almost, and I am up to date with the chapters. But that's aside from the point. The point is, you guys are saying you're going to accelerate next gen port. We've been waiting for next gen port for so long. We literally do not want to see a showcase anymore. We want you guys to give us the next gen port. No more showcases. Give it to us. And when I say give it to us and don't show us a showcase, I am literally speaking for every console player of Black Desert Online. And any console player who actually disagrees, that they're trolling you on maximum difficulty.